They didn't have no reason. I was gonna leave.
Bro, you don't need Riz, bud.
I think she's having a stroke.
It was a song. I caught that on live stream. Anyways, what's up, guys? Feeling really cool today before I go to Disney, so I'm just gonna live stream, speedrun some servers. It's gonna be so fun. Yeah. Guess I did have some server earlier. Okay, I'm gonna just start, cause yeah. I don't know what number I've been joining the servers, but I've joined the server.
What the?
Yes. Oh, he committed. Oh, that's it.
I'm gonna check him.
Oh.
Nobody knows what my name is. Nobody knows what my name is.
Oh, for God's sake!
What kind of name? What kind of name, though? That's the thing.
Thanks for telling me.
You left perfectly though.
I went to the Fockle, but they didn't have no risk. I'm gonna do that a lot, by the way, guys. Please tell me this isn't the same server.
I got that.
Wait, hold on. Grab me.
Oh, you're not wearing it.
Bro, this is for a movie.
Oh my god.
What?
Bro, isn't this for a movie or something? What? Give me 5. 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 Give me 5.
Do you
I said give me 5. And let me grab you.
This server's
Give me 5.
I don't
Come to
play all
the
those
gazebo because I want to make
Good.
3. Give me 3.
Mr. B. That's so old. I went to the Fockle.
What do you mean?
She didn't have a risk in her house.
Yeah, I remember putting perfume on my
This is. Oh wait, this is not the same server.
Good God, man! India.
Stay sober.
I'm waking up.
Why don't we go on top of the stove
instead of inside?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to Japan.
We always blind.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Let me
say yes.
Hey guys.
That is not the first AA I met. I met too much. Okay. I think I met like 5. I think maybe. I don't know.
Oh my God, we
Fuck,
can't
what the fuck?
Oh wait, okay, this guy's getting a little bit close.
Oh,
Hey,
I
wait,
see how
is your
it
color
is.
code 222
What?
by any chance?
No, it's 333. Just one more. Wait, 52 looks like a cool color. Wait.
W name, I can't lie, but me.
Oh, wait, 222 is a cool color, but I'm sticking with 333. Wait, what about 444? That's a light color. Yeah, better color.
Hey, Jamie. I got a gun inside a gorilla tag. What the fuck? Shit. Let's see how many people we can shoot right now.
It's
Let's go.
why is this guy just holding icons on me?
Yo!
What the heck?
Okay.
How old are you then?
I met that guy.
Oh, you guys got shot. You
I
guys got shot.
seen the same guy in the other server.
Oh my god, why someone trying to get in my coat? I need some background music for
You're
that.
not allowed to shit people.
Excuse me.
Okay, you're not allowed to shit people.
Albuquerque, Albuquerque,
Okay, you're not allowed to shit people.
Move.
Walking into a hole.
I got guns inside a gorilla tag. Let's how many people we can shoot. Let's go. I'm joking. I would never do that. Goodbye.
I met you on the other server, dude.
God bless, dude.
God bless.
I went to the park or the park. I went to the park or the park or the park. They didn't have no reason. I
Stop. Okay. You 11.
is that baby Toad?
Stop working. Type in the code AJ123 if you want to make a move. What's the code? What's the code? AJ123 if you want to make a movie.
I went to the sparkle, but I didn't have no reason. I
Hey everyone, it is Dante here, and I bet you probably have seen this video a long time ago. Well, today I am finally teaching you guys how to make them. I have with me some touchscreen gloves, which are optional technically, but I like to use them because I like to record a lot and I like to be able to touch my phone if I need to. I got them pretty easily just from Walmart, so they're very not hard to find. Here are the things that you are going to need today. So, you are going to need some gloves. I use touchscreen, but it doesn't matter what you use. You're going to need some hot glue sticks, hot glue gun, EVA foam, which you can find from Hobby Lobby or something. Fabric is optional. And a few pairs of scissors. Definitely get a wide variety because you're going to need it. You're going to need something to put under it because this hot glue gun, well, it's hot. And it's probably going to burn whatever you have underneath it, so definitely would recommend putting something underneath it first. Go ahead and get your gloves out, prep them in and stuff. Go ahead and start wearing your glove to get a feel of it, make sure it fits. Now, as you can see, mine is touchscreen, which is very nice. It's very good for recording videos, or if you go to cons, then quick access to your phone. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is grab your giant block of EVA foam and cut a giant square so that it's way easier to cut into. I have these really nice scissors that are good for cutting big things. They're not needed, but they're really recommended. You can get them from almost any craft store or Walmart. The foam I'm cutting today is about this thick, so it's going to be hard to cut into with normal scissors. So what you're going to need to do is position your hand how you normally would when you're doing quads and lay it on top of the EVA foam. So I recommend getting some white chalk when you have black EVA foam, as it's way easier to actually pattern your stuff with. Again, it is optional, but it is very, very useful whenever you have something like this. Plus, it comes off like almost immediately whenever you are.
I mean, guys,
doing
at this
stuff,
point, I'm
if
just
you
watching
messed up or
YouTube.
something. Here's my white chalk. So, it's really easy to use. You can just put it on there, just right, and then it's so easy to wipe off if you mess up on something. As you can see, it shows up really well on the black EVA film, which is exactly what we want. It's also really good for black fur when you're patterning that, so that whenever you wash it, it doesn't bleed through with some kind of marker, or it's good when it's colored and you can use it on not black fur. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get a piece of paper and then put on your desired glove. Go ahead and mark where you like to have your position at when you are doing quads. And make sure to keep in mind where your palm is, as that's the part that needs to be protected the most, as it hurts the most when you are jumping on it or landing on it. Now you go ahead and grab a Sharpie or some kind of marker, doesn't matter what, lay your hand out and trace exactly how everything looks on the paper. Make absolute sure that your palm is being accounted for here and you have it at full coverage. Now you also need to trace out where your knuckles are so that you know where your fingers end. It's very important. So now you can pretty much just make sure the paw's pretty. Make sure it has the shape that you want and everything looks nice. And do keep in mind that you're going to also fold this in half, so really just pay attention to mostly one side. It's going to be symmetrical. And pretty much just make sure that the paw pad looks like a paw pad. But you can cut it down shorter as long as it's covering your palm as much as possible. And now you cut it out, keeping in mind that you are going to fold this in half and it's not all going to look exactly the same.
I'm eating Twix, guys.
So now you go ahead and fold it and make sure that everything looks like it's aligned.
My little
nice and
color
neatly.
is my little boy. So cute.
This pretty much just helps make this look a lot more neat, nice and neat, and it's easier to do. Just saves a lot of cutting as well. I suggest to separate both the paw pad and the fingers before you start cutting them individually, as it really helps to make sure that everything is nice and neat. Now, I also would say that you can cut just a little bit off of the paw pad, just a little bit. I'm gonna know how to cut it. I'll warn you, it's gonna look a little bit funny whenever you open it up, so you can cut it a little bit more. Oh, maybe like, just to make it look a little bit more like a paw pad, as long as you kind of keep in mind, you know, to cover your palm as much as you can. Now you go ahead and cut the paw pad fingers. And as you can see, I don't really cut them individually yet. I kind of do that. And then I usually just kind of disregard one half. You don't need it. You just need one half. You just need to flip it both ways. Now you just kind of double it. It's pretty simple. And you go ahead and trace out the general shape, keeping in mind that you do not want to make it individually yet. And after you're done with that, you go ahead and do the same thing with your paw pad. I would suggest to do it all at once. Ignore how I'm not doing that. I would recommend doing it that way. It's a lot easier. Make sure that it all looks good whenever you do that. Alright, now that I have both traced out, you're going to go ahead and cut them out into a block. Don't cut them out individually yet. It is a lot easier this way, trust me. This stuff is really tough, so this is definitely where your big heavy-duty scissors come in handy. It's really hard to do. I mean, look at that. It is extremely thick. That is like half an inch. No, that's like at least probably an inch thick. It's as big as my finger, almost. Trust me when I say that normal scissors are going to be very hard to use with this stuff. So I suggest to cut them out into blocks before you cut them out individually, as it really helps and it's really not time consuming as much as the other one is. It's really hard, especially with how thick this stuff is. But yeah, now you're gonna go ahead and cut out the other one. Now, this is probably not going to happen if you have a pretty good chalk, but just keep in mind that you may accidentally mark off some of the chalk that you have, so be careful with that. You may not realize it, but if you touch it enough, it may completely come off, and then there goes your pattern. Now that we have both parts cut out, we're going to do the same thing that we did with the paper, and we're going to separate both the paw pad, palm, and the fingers from this stuff. Now that both is organized, you're going to go ahead and just kind of make sure everything is nice and organized and you do not accidentally misplace which paw pad goes where, because it's going to be hard to find out unless you pattern them a certain way, like say 1, 2, 3. I would suggest that. I didn't do it. I didn't think of it until I started recording the video. Now we have the fabric stage. This part is completely optional. If you already have a color that you like on the paw pads, then you do not need to do this. This is just to make it look more shiny and honestly just for looks. If anything, it kind of makes it harder to actually move around, but that's where the last step comes in handy. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay out the fabric all flat, and then we are going to place each individual stuff onto the thing with hot glue and make sure to separate it as much as possible, because you're going to need as much room as possible, especially if your fabric isn't stretchy. Because mine is, so I got lucky with that. But if your fabric is not stretchy, then I recommend to make as much room as possible, because you're going to need to give as much room, and it's going to need to be some kind of stretched out if you don't do that. You do this part on the backing, not on the pretty part, because you're going to want that, obviously, to be shown. So, I also would recommend to organize it on there, make sure that it is not misplaced if you hadn't patterned yours yet. Also, another thing that I would like to mention is that hot glue is really hot. So, I would suggest if you are under the age of like 13 or maybe 12, that you either get a parent's permission or you get a parent's actual like supervision, because this part could burn you. It is very likely. I've done it several times. It is very, very likely, and it's dangerous for anyone that is definitely a child or is not in the hands or responsible for this kind of stuff. So now you're gonna go ahead and make sure to separate them as much as possible, because like I said, this stuff needs to stretch, especially if your fabric isn't stretchy. It's like what you're going to expect. Like what you're going to want to expect. All sides of it, including some of the back.
Who else is watching this?
Now, as you cut, you're going to keep in mind that same thing.
Pepper is the weasel, or
I would suggest doing only
just like
one cut
watching. I don't know who else.
And do it as much room as possible. I guess. I suggest you get some
people who just joined.
These, maybe some specific fabrics.
People who just joined, I'm kind of watching YouTube in Gorilla Tag. I'm not even gonna speedrun servers anymore because it got boring, but yeah. If you're watching my stream, please comment so I know who you are, because I'm genuinely curious. Because only like one of my friends like watch, and that's it. But I'm just watching this. If you don't like staring stuff, get out of my channel. Or at least like respect, don't hate. Very much appreciated. I'm probably not gonna look at this, but I'm just watching YouTube and kind of chilling and live streaming until I go to Disneyland for a week. So I'm really excited. And, yeah.
I was stupid.
If you're one of my friends watching, you can just text me, by the way. I'm gonna have to grab my phone. I'm also on my bed. I went to the farm for the sparkle, but didn't have no bottles, and I... You know what? There's something I've been wanting to do. But, they left. But, I hadn't been able to do it. Because I keep forgetting. Oh, God, okay. Because I think I learned that, Natural Disaster was a VR game. Well, it's all, like, except it's a VR, but, I kind of forgot it. Um... Um, I'm gonna end the live stream real quick. Hold on.